6-6, 4-8, 9-5, 4-8. That is what Bob Boldon has accomplished in his 4-year stint as the Ohio University head football coach. This is a program that was coming off of back-to-back 10-win seasons. And look where he has them now. They are a shell of their former selves. But we're here today to right the wrongs of the first 4 seasons. We have a team that is ready and primed to win the Mid-American Conference for the first time and go to the college football playoff. Quarterback Matt Logan is ready to go for his senior season. Running back doesn't really matter because we're an air raid team. Wide receiver, Jake McManus, Tevin Gizzy, Durante Basher, Enrique Clapp. Pat Dalton isn't even a top guy, and he was one of our 4-star recruits that we got in year 1. This is the type of team that is capable of winning a MAC championship. And we're going to accomplish that feat here today. I mean, just look at all of the mid to high 80s that you see on this roster. We got a 92 middle linebacker. Corner's looking solid. The secondary needs a little work, and that's where we're going to focus on in recruiting. But listen, we're an 86 overall. What more needs to be said? We should win this conference without question. And then you take a look at our schedule for this year. Look at these out-of-conference opponents. There is no reason that we should not be at minimum 11-1 this year and in the college football playoff. Now, it is about accomplishing that task. Okay, so here's how our year 5 recruiting board is set up so far. So we've got Laren Duck, Ben Trahan, Jabari Bandy, and Trey Lawrence. Those are our big 4 guys that we're trying to go after. Clearly, we're in a pretty good spot on some of these. We're making waves. We're definitely trying to compete with the big dogs, and it's something that we're going to have to be wary of. But we're making ground, and that's the big thing. And then we've got our key guys that we have that we want to go after throughout the rest of the list. We've already got a commit in Ray Tribble. He decided that he wanted to commit after I offered the scholarship. And then we have to, keep an eye out on some of these other guys, just in case that we want to make a move on them and another team is deciding to do so. But that's how it sets up so far. Week 1, we've got the Battle of the Bricks. We are starting out hot. We need to win this game. They beat us in year 3 in the MAC championship game. We need to get our revenge. Can we do it is the question. Durante Basher, Player of the Week. That is what we're talking about. And we got the W. Let's go, Bobcats. That is just a massive W. Let's go check out how the game went. See how Matt Logan performed. 45-10. This is exactly what we're hoping for. Matt Logan, 295, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. We don't even need to run the ball because Durante Basher out of the slot, 4 catches, 117 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Tevin Gizzy, the sophomore, going for 102 and a score. Jake McManus, only 35 yards. And our guy, Pat Dalton, I don't even know if he touched the field. But that is exactly what we're hoping for from this team. Just an all-out good effort. D'Angelo Norton with 2 sacks. David Higgins with the sack. Who got the pick? Tavares Ty got the interception. So overall, that's exactly how you want to start the season. We even got a forced fumble. It looks like Barry Cornelius, a corner, forces a fumble. Who gets the recovery? Nobody recovered it. So we forced a turnover, and the defense is just overall smothering in week 1. We've got another rivalry game in Marshall in week 2. Let's just keep stacking wins early on in the season. Why not? Week 2, we lose to Marshall. I'm going to be honest, I was not expecting a loss there. We lost 31-7. I'm kind of at a loss for words there. I don't know. I don't know how we can get beat that bad. This might be one of Matt Logan's worst games of his career. That's bad. That's really bad. Leo D'Ampiero being our leading receiver is never a good thing. Defensively, I really don't know what happened. Nothing good, but just one of the worst games that you could ask for after a really solid week 1. We come away with a win in week 3. Tavares Ty with 2 interceptions, the MAC Defensive Player of the Week. That's exactly what we needed. We needed a bounce back. Hopefully this was a little bit of a drubbing because we needed it. Yep, 48-6. That's the best bounce back you can have. 3 touchdowns, 301 yards, a near perfect passer rating for Matt Logan. Exactly what the doctor ordered. Leo D'Ampiero, 104 yards and a touchdown. Tevin Gizzy, 84 and a touchdown. Durante Basher, 49 and a touchdown. Jake McManus just hasn't been a staple in this offense ever since his freshman year. How crazy is that? He's gotten worse statistically since he started, even though his abilities have gotten exponentially better. Recruiting board looks really promising. Jabari Bandy looks like he's going to commit this week. That is something we absolutely love to see. And we're looking at Trey Lawrence and trying to figure out what his hard sell is going to be, the best hard sell, so we can get him. I mean, he's a power back. It's not necessarily a need for us, but it'll definitely help us out in terms of being able to play multiple styles of football. And there it is, Jabari Bandy out of Fort Washington, Maryland, the 4-star quarterback, has committed to the Ohio Bobcats. He's our third 4-star quarterback in this series. Hasn't translated to many wins, but we're hoping that maybe it does. And we got the win too, so that's a big week for us. 4-star quarterback commits, we get the win. Let's check out the box score. 31-23 victory at home. Defense didn't play so well. Neither did Matt Logan, to be honest. But Connor Casey with a 27-yard run goes for 71 yards, 3 touchdowns. Durante Basher has a rushing touchdown as well. Tevin Gizzy is going absolutely insane. 8 catches, 109 yards. Durante Basher goes for 68 and a touchdown. Connor Casey had 5 catches for 38 yards. Leo has a little bit of a down week in comparison to his previous weeks, but what worries me is that total offense there from San Jose State being at 381. We need that to cut down a little bit. Didn't force any turnovers either, but where we were strong is on third down. Our third down defense was phenomenal. And it was a 31-9 game headed in the fourth quarter. We definitely took our foot off the gas a little bit. Hey, there's Ty McKillop. That's a big signing. Our safety room was in a rough spot. 2 guys we weren't going after committed as well. Got the W. Listen, this is where we wanted to be. Lauren Duck, Michigan State is picking up some ground on us, so we do have to be a little bit wary of that. But again, I like the spot we're in. We're coming down the home stretch. I'm doing everything I possibly can because our hard sells are not what he wants, and Michigan State was actually gaining more ground by doing that. So let's take a look and see how we did. Oh my gosh, week 5, we put up 48 points. We still gave up 30. Now, that was a wild fourth quarter. Only 17 of those in the first 3 quarters. But giving up 13 in the fourth is not good. Now, we did score 21, so it's okay. It's an offset we're willing to take. 401 passing yards, 5 touchdowns for Matt Logan, 200.4 rating, 80% completion percentage. The jump that he's taken from freshman year to senior year is unbelievable. Tevin Gizzy with a score on 7 catches and 90 yards. Durante Basher with 90 yards. Pat Dalton out of nowhere with 5 catches, 72 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Enrique Clapp getting in the end zone for the first time in his career. Jake McManus is now hurt. Okay, he got hurt this game. That's good to know. I was like, how is Pat Dalton going crazy? That explains it. Leo is quieted off a little bit more as well. Listen, we're putting together wins, and this is exactly what I said we needed to do, and we're doing it. So if we continue to do this, we're going to be in a really good spot to finally see the fruits of our labor in this rebuild. Trent Brutus commits. That's a big one for us. Strong safety is our weakest position by far on the team. We're doing really good in our other recruiting battles. We did lose, though, so that's an unfortunate series of events, losing to Kent State. And that's the kind of roller coaster nature of this team that I hate. We gave it 41 points. Man, what is going on? A lot of them were in the air. Even Grunkenmeyer is still there. 323 and 4 touchdowns for him. That's embarrassing. 326 and 3 scores for Matt Logan, only 1 interception. Tevin Gizzy, 123 yards and a touchdown. Enrique Clapp scores as well. Wow, Caden Hurst getting in the end zone. That can't happen. That's a little embarrassing. And Durante Basher is also hurt. Now, Basher got hurt last year, so let's go take a look at the injury report and see how serious these are, because I'm now worried. Oh, my Lord. Okay, so this actually explains why we're losing so much. D'Angelo Norton is out 9 weeks. Jake McManus is out 6 weeks. Joel Spann is out 11 weeks. Jeremy Bolin is out a week. Durante Basher is out 3 weeks. This is bad, to say the least. I think we are struggling mightily with the injury bug. Our top 2 wide receivers are out, so right now it's Tevin Gizzy, Pat Dalton, and Enrique Clapp. Listen, those are still good players, but it's nowhere near what we had with Jake McManus and Durante Basher. And there it is. LaRon Duck has committed to Michigan State. Had a feeling it was coming. The number 2 overall player in the country was about to commit to us. Instead, he decides to go to Michigan State. Now, we will get Ben Trahan. It looks like that we're in a really good spot there. And we also are in a great spot for George Clapp as well. So recruiting-wise, we're okay. We did lose again, which is very frustrating. Our team is not as good as it once was because of all those injuries, but this is unacceptable. 2 interceptions from Matt Logan and 56% completion percentage is just not going to cut it. Tevin Gizzy and Enrique Clapp are in a really good spot. Connor Casey with 8 catches for 72 yards. So it really comes down to the defensive side of the ball. We're not good enough over there yet, it looks like, and I'm going to have to change up something because it's not working. What that is that we change up, I'm not really sure, because there's only so many things you can do with a 3-4 defense, and that's what I've recruited for, so that's what we've got. I just don't know what to do if we lose this game. We do get Khalid Pratt. Anything else big? Nope. We do lose again. I mean, I don't know what else to do. It's another 31 points from the defense given up. Offensively, we're not playing well. 4 touchdowns and 256 yards. Pat Dalton, 98. Enrique Clapp, 97. And it looks like Tevin Gizzy had himself his first quiet game of the year. About halfway through the season. We're over halfway through the season. We're 4-4. We're likely out of MAC contention. Yep, we're 8th in the MAC, and barring some sort of catastrophic fall from all those teams above us, we are not going to be in the MAC championship game yet again. And I'm going to have to look at changing the offense now because it's just not working. We will continue to ride out the season with it just because we're not in a spot to change anything, but we're going to have to make some drastic changes because like I said, it's not working. Tevin Gizzy is our number 1 wide receiver, 676 yards, 5 touchdowns. We have 4 other guys over 300 yards. Pat Dalton at 252. Jake McManus has been hurt a lot. So I just, man, we were in such a good spot, and I was finally feeling like we had this thing in the bag, and then all of a sudden, and Eric's hurt now as well. So, we're down 2 defensive linemen. Our right tackle is now hurt. Our top 2 wide receivers are still out. So just nothing is going right, and really the injuries are what are doing us in. And so we have to try and figure something out because this is not good. We are going to get Ben Trahan to commit, so that's big news. We're going to get another 5-star. Again, it doesn't matter if it won't translate to wins. Our job is safe, so at least there's that. But this is embarrassing. And I know I said it in the last video, but I really just don't know what to do anymore because we are consistently losing these games in the same fashion. And I don't think there's anything wrong with the sim engine. There's Ben Trahan. So we got the 5-star. We got Alexander Bruno, the right guard. We're in first place for our other guys. So, it is what it is. We did lose again. So we are now on a 4-game losing streak. So, we really do have to make some drastic changes because we're losing again in the same freaking way. We can't do anything defensively. Matt Logan is putting up insane numbers, but it's not getting us anywhere. It's mind-boggling how bad the team is right now. after our 4-1 start to lose 4 in a row to just not good teams and do so in a pretty embarrassing fashion. We've only had one game that was within one score. So now we got Ball State. They're 4-4, 3-1 in the conference. I don't feel good about our ability to win this game. It kind of is what it is, right, at this point. But hopefully we can. Hopefully we can go bowling again. We do get Nigel Marshall, the right guard. Lawrence made it to his top 3. We lost again. I feel like the injuries just keep getting worse. Like that's really the only explanation, because this is... How do you explain this? We are the best overall team in the MAC conference by 3 overall points. Yet we can't win a football game, and we're not scoring anything. 320 yards and a touchdown, which is great. Tevin Gizzy had 138 yards and 10 touchdowns. And Enrique Clapp had himself a good game, but Durante Basher is hurt. Is he hurt again? Did he play through an injury? I'm so confused. The guy is never healthy. I thought he was going to be a great pickup. He's a 4-star transfer. Yeah, he hurt himself again. How? Oh my God. What is this? What is the injury slider on? Because this is ridiculous. That's going to be something that sticks. It keeps me around very often. We went 5-7, so we did do better. We did do better than last season, but it wasn't good enough. And that's as simple as that. Okay. So George Clapp went to Georgia. That's what I get for not paying attention for the final stretch of the season. We did get everybody else. In terms of where our class is at, with just 14 guys on the board after the initial start of the season, we're at 21. We got a 5-star, 2 4-stars, and then 11 3-stars so far. And then we'll look at what we can add after that. I'm going to fire our coordinators again because they're just not good. So now we got to hire new coaches yet again. It does look like I'm going to stay around potentially. So we at least have that. But another season down the drain of just an embarrassing performance. Coach Prestige is a C-. I would not be surprised if Bruce Matlock transfers, which I can't blame him. In playing style, we're going to lose a lot of our defense because we just didn't have the same takeaways that we did last year. In terms of what playbook I want to run, okay, I've made the executive decision to go to Kansas State playbook. I don't know if it's going to be the right move for us, but I just can't. I can't do this again with the Clemson playbook because it's the same goddamn thing every single year. We're going to lose a lot of guys this year, which is fair. We suck, and I wouldn't want to be around this program. Tyrone Yeboah, 63 catches, 21 touchdowns, only 1,100 yards is the Heisman winner? Really? That's all it took? And that'll help us out. So we got 2 offers out, and we need them. We need them so desperately. We already looked at early signing day, so we're going to sim to the let's just sim to next week to make sure we actually got the coaches that we wanted and aren't going to get shafted. We did. Okay, so we hired 2 new coordinators. Hopefully this is the one that works out because I can't do this again. I feel like I've said that so many times, but I cannot continue to do this. And we're just going to sim to the end of season recap. So let's see how we finished in the career of Matt Logan: 3,700 yards, 30 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. What more can you ask for? Tevin Gizzy went over 1,000, had 6 touchdowns as well. Enrique Clapp coming out of nowhere with 637 and 10 touchdowns. Leo Diampiero with a fantastic season, but really I'm just disappointed that we didn't get to see more of Durante Basher and Jake McManus, and Pat Dalton was kind of a no-show as well. So in terms of career stats, let's take a look at Matt Logan and let him take a bow. 58% completion percentage for his career is not great, but 14,000 yards, almost at 15,000, 131 touchdowns, 26 interceptions, a career rating of 144, 298 yards a game for his career. He did take 128 sacks. I mean, you really can't ask for more from that prolific of a quarterback. Yep, there it is. Matt Logan finishes first all-time in Ohio University football history in terms of passing yards, and passing touchdowns. And so now we're going to get to players leaving. And this is going to be big because we need Bruce Matlock to stay, and he's just not going to. Our 5-star that we, kind of felt like we weren't going to get, and our 4-star. And there's just no chance of persuading them. I'm still going to give it a shot. And this is what happens when you suck. This is what happens when you suck. We were finished 10th in the MAC. I'm so baffled that a team that is that high of an overall cannot win football games. It makes zero sense to me. I think we get everybody that we want. It's a 21 person class. Damn, Wisconsin just kind of went crazy. That'll put us at 30 overall, which is about where we've been. We've struggled to really push past that kind of barrier. We can only do so much, with the amount of big 5-stars and 4-stars that we're able to get. So I think we'll do a 3-4 multiple. That way we can do a couple of things. I think we're talented enough up front to be able to have a bunch of different looks. But when 2 of your best players are linebackers and they both play middle linebacker, you just kind of have to make that switch. So Desmond Kenoy is a 79 overall. He didn't really move up that much. Wide receiver, Reuben Bourne got better. Cam Gano got better. Pat Dalton, still down there. Enrique Clapp has probably hit his max. Leo Diampiero, you're fine, dude. You're not going to not play. Offensive line, the tackle spot, not great. I might just start playing guards out on the tackle to get the best offensive line possible because these guys are killing me. In terms of the defensive ends, okay, well, we're going to be switching some stuff around because, we got phenomenally better at the 2 positions, but not at the... And our middle linebacker spot is unbelievable. What is this? This is insane. Custom schedule for this year: West Virginia, Marshall, another FCS team, and Oregon State in Week 12. So, again, a super manageable schedule. We do have to play at West Virginia, but we shouldn't be bad again. There's just no way. And so what I'm going to do is Kentrell James is going to play left tackle, and Nortman, I should say, is going to play right tackle. Wow. Okay, 4 sacks for the sophomore. Wow. And he's going to be the national... What? This Tevin Gizzy is insane. Holy crap. 7 catches, 147 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And, of course, he's the National Offensive Player of the Week. Are you kidding me with that stat line? And now we're going to lose to Marshall. It's going to be the same thing as last year. Big win in Week 1, and then you follow it up with a dud against your rival. But we're in first place for both of these guys. If we were still 42-30, the defense. This is the problem. If we gave up 508 yards. Okay, so there's a couple issues. The first being we gave up 21 fourth quarter points and 508 yards. Now, on the bright side, they only had 10 points in the first 3 quarters, but this is exactly the same thing that we did last year. Desmond Kenoy went 339 and 4 touchdowns, 75% completion percentage. He has gold field general. Rushing wise, I kind of like this split, if I'm being honest. This is what I want. And Tevin Gizzy seems to be the best player I've ever recruited because, holy crap, he continues to dominate in a way that I didn't think possible. And I was hesitant to play him. Shame on me for that. So now it's the key. Can we continue this and beat Marshall? It's just so imperative that we do. We won again. Okay. This is good. This is very good. 31-17, only 318 yards. Wow, we were down 21-7 at halftime, or 17-7 at halftime, excuse me. Put up 24 in the second half. Stats-wise, 318 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick for Desmond. We did run the ball a bit more efficiently this time. Receiving-wise, he's got 5 touchdowns, over 300 yards already. Or no, he's not quite at 300 yards. And this is in 2 games. He had 101 yards of rack. That is unbelievable. And Cam Gano is now passing Jake McManus. And I mean, Jake McManus is like literally the best player on this team on the offensive side. You know, we're just not getting him the ball. And it seems like whoever is in the slot is who we're giving it to. First MAC game of the season against Toledo. Let's see if we can, start the MAC season off strong. We did get Emmett Wiley. That's a big one. That is big. We did win as well. So that is massive for us. We do, again, have to pay attention to the corner position. And it's Jake. I was talking crap about him, and then he goes out and gets 3 touchdowns. And we have FCS West on the schedule. So likelihood is that we lose to them because we're playing so well. They have to ruin the momentum somehow. This is how they're going to do it. And I already know it's coming, so I'm not even going to be disappointed when it does. Okay, listen, we won. I know I'm being super pessimistic right now, but there is a good reason for it. I promise. I didn't even look at the Toledo game. We won 52-31. Holy crap. What? And they scored 14 of their points in the fourth quarter. Is it finally coming together? Are we finally figuring it out? 276 yards and 4 touchdowns for Desmond Kenoy. Connor Casey ran for a $107 on the ground. Tevin Gizzy had himself 72 on the ground as well. And like we said, Jake McManus and his 124 and 3 touchdowns. Leo D'Ampiero getting in there as well with 768 and a score. And then the FCS West game, we won 70-6. Are you kidding me? I mean, listen. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Look at this stat line. And he didn't win Player of the Week. 8 touchdowns for Desmond Kenoy in the air. And this is not even on the ground. In the air. I think that's the best single game I've ever seen. Then Darren Dalton goes for 80 on top of Connor Casey's 105 and a score. Are you kidding me? Tevin Gizzy had 4 touchdowns. This is literally the most insane game I have ever seen statistically from any YouTuber I've seen, any game I've ever done. 411 yards and 8 touchdowns in sim. May I mind you, this is not like playing the game. This is just completely sim. And they come out and do this. We almost had 300-yard receivers. So 19 touchdowns in 4 games. Has basically 1,350 yards. Connor Casey's doing pretty good, 82.8 a game. Tevin Gizzy and Jake McManus now are both already over 300 yards. Listen, that's not the insane part because it's only 95 and 92 yards a game, respectively. 9 touchdowns and 6 touchdowns in 4 games. And Jake McManus was a no-show in 2 of them, in the first 2. I don't even know what is going on right now. You can tell by the excitement in my voice that this is not something that we're used to so far in this series because it has been a lot of struggling. I really just don't even know what to say right now. I think that there's a pretty good chance that 31-17, okay, so it wasn't as crazy as the other ones. But I mean, 418 yards and 3 touchdowns is absolutely insane from Desmond Kenoy. He might be better than Matt Logan, and that's a lot. And to Tevin Gizzy, he might win the goddamn Heisman. If a wide receiver won it with 21 touchdowns last year, he's already at 11, and we're 5 games into the season. Leo D'Ampiero having himself a game as well. I've never seen a player play as well as Tevin Gizzy is right now. With the statistics that he has, so yeah. I mean, Tevin Gizzy, a guy who was a 4-star that we brought in that was kind of an afterthought when I did it. And, I did go after him hard, but it wasn't like I was like, oh, this guy's going to be the one that changes the culture at the school. He might be the best player in Ohio football history. How crazy is that? Oh my gosh, Desmond Kenoy, he can't be stopped. 387 and 5 touchdowns. He might win the goddamn Heisman. We won again. This is unbelievable. We're 6-0. This was the big one from Desmond Kenoy, the 387 for 5 touchdowns. Who had the receiving yard? Tevin Gizzy is I don't know if I've seen a player simulate as well as he has. And then Jake McManus is doing his thing as well. Defensively, I wonder how we're doing because we have kind of figured it out in terms of. We're not giving up as many points anymore. I mean, look, outside of, the 231 spots, but 17-6, 17-6, 13. So it seems to be that we're figuring it out a little bit more. So let's look and see. I mean, yeah, only 302 yards allowed to Northern Illinois. They got all their points in the first half. We locked down in the second half. Tevin Gizzy, or I don't know why I said Tevin Gizzy. We're talking about Desmond Kenoy with 373 and 3 scores. Gizzy had 8 for 120, so no touchdowns though, so he's slacking a little bit. McManus went 6 for 110, so we're in a really good spot to make a run here for the conference. We have 4 more conference games left. If we can win 3 of them, I'm pretty sure we're almost guaranteed a spot in the conference. So Central and that Central game is going to be big because they are undefeated in conference as well. And Tevin Gizzy is now in first place for the Heisman Trophy at 83 overall. If somebody wants to explain that to me, I would love that. I mean, Desmond Kenoy, 2,500 yards, 30 touchdowns. And I think we're only 7 weeks through the season. He's only got 2 picks. I'm baffled. Tevin Gizzy, 800 yards, 114 yards per game, 12 touchdowns on 40 catches. We're talking about 20 yards per reception. So it's the volume. 7 games into the season, and he's doing all of this. 24-20. Okay, so this one was actually close. We did need to score in the fourth quarter to win. They only had 224 yards of offense, though. We weren't very good on fourth down. We did have a turnover, so did they. 305 yards and 2 touchdowns for Kenoy. Gizzy, 8 catches, 134 yards and a touchdown. Leo DiPiero had 92. I don't know why his playing time deal breaker is a thing. But we are now ranked, and there's a very real possibility that because the CFB bracket is out, that we are in here. And as it stands, we would be in the college football playoff. We would be playing Ohio State in the first round, but we would be in the college football playoff. Temple also in the college football playoff as well. Interesting. And I imagine he's still number 1, and he's not. He did drop because, I don't know why actually, because Fedorowicz did not have nearly a good enough game to jump him. And Tevin Gizzy just added to his yards per reception did drop. So there is that. We need to beat Central Michigan in order to feel really good about where we're at in the MAC standings. And we beat Central 31-6, and they were the second best team in the conference. And we just kind of went on a tear in the middle quarters. So 225 yards they had. I mean, we're just suffocating teams. Now, 2 interceptions for Kenoy, so we do have to worry about that a little bit. That is now on the radar. But 332 yards and 3 touchdowns. Tevin Gizzy didn't have 100 yards. If somebody needs to check on him because he only had 99 yards. I think that's only happened 2 times this year. I am worried about him now. But Jake McManus with 11 and a 121, and then Leo DiPiero with 6 for 82. All 3 of them scored a touchdown. This is the stuff that I was talking about at the beginning of the first episode when Bob Boldon was going to take this team to new heights. This is what I was talking about. We did win again, so it finally is coming together. It's fine. Oh boy, I don't think you guys realize how happy I am right now because this is... I was worried that I was never going to have a winning season and actually get fired before I could. We won 27-9, so the offense isn't putting up as many points, but listen, 68 yards passing. I had a little over 100 yards rushing. 316 and 2 touchdowns is nothing to scoff at either. Gizzy again, only 60. He went under 90. Now he did score 2 touchdowns, but this is unlike him. We won again, and we had another player of the week, Desmond Kenoy, 5 touchdowns. Good Lord, I think that's the 3rd or 4th time that he's had 5 or more touchdowns in a football game this year. And we were playing Ball State, a team that we are very familiar with in the MAC championship game. This is a team that we played early in the season when they were 1-3. I think they were our first or second MAC game of the year. So I'm feeling really good about where we're at. I just, I hope that we can come out of this game with a W. That would make me feel really good. Ford Field is rocking as we get ready to take on the Ball State Cardinals in the MAC championship game. This is an exciting time to be alive. The Ohio Bobcats are looking to maintain their perfect record and jump into the college football playoff on fire. Okay, 7-3 after the first quarter. Let's see how we're... Okay, nothing happening there. We did get a field goal. Okay, so it's only 10-3 at the end of the first half. That does worry me a little bit because of what happened in the last game. They do score a touchdown. We come back and score a touchdown. We go to the third quarter. So we're just going to go possession by possession just to kind of see, okay. I'm like so nervous. If we can score a touchdown here, okay, we just immediately went 3 and out. And they scored a touchdown. Oh my God. Guys. Come on. 4th and 7. We're going to lose. Okay, we get the ball back. And we had a decent return. Come on. Wow, what are we doing? Okay. Okay. Okay, we got the field goal. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Did we win? Oh, my God, we won. Oh, we won. So 20-17. They missed the field goal at the buzzer. Holy crap. Talk about nerve-wracking. Desmond Kenoy, 229 and 2 touchdowns. The MAC championship is coming home to Athens, Ohio. It took a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but after 6 seasons, Bob Boldon has finally done it. And the Ohio Bobcats are not only on top of the MAC world, but they might be on top of the college football world. Desmond Kenoy in the game, 2 touchdowns, 229 yards. Didn't run the ball particularly. Actually, we did. Tevin Gizzy didn't do much of anything there, but listen. We got the wins, and that's all that matters. There it is. Congratulations on winning the MAC championship. That is, it is beautiful. That is beautiful. I did want to also look at how we finished the season because I don't think I looked at the last couple of games. So 41-14, 31-28. So we did have a close game going into the MAC championship game. Kenoy went crazy. Tevin Gizzy went crazy. Not much else to see there. Now, in terms of this Western Michigan game, we were at Western, and we needed a fourth quarter to remember in order to win. Kenoy, 284 and 4 touchdowns. Tevin Gizzy, 5 receptions, 140 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So we are now going to go to the college football playoff, and we're going to get a first-round bye. Oh, my gosh, we got the Broyles Award winner, Richard Blade. How about it? Just hiring random people. Look what it gets you. Tevin Gizzy wins the Player of the Year award. 77 catches, 1,439 yards, and 21 touchdowns. Tevin Gizzy also wins the 2029 Heisman Trophy. Are you kidding me? I am just so unbelievably happy right now. What a season from that man. Unreal. I mean, unbelievable. Desmond Kenoy wins best quarterback. We had this is the best quarterback wide receiver combo since Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase / Justin Jefferson. CFP bracket-wise, we will be playing the winner of USC and Wisconsin, Colorado, Syracuse, UCF, Nebraska, Ohio State, Tennessee, Temple, TCU, and Washington round out the participants in this year's CFP. And there it is. We're playing the USC Trojans in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. I feel like simming it will be better, but for the purpose of the drama and we're a better overall team, and the overall storytelling purposes, we got to get in and we at least got to do some simulation here. Let's get into this bad boy. Okay, we are up to 15 minutes now. We start out with a touchdown. Let's go. They get a field goal. Okay, nothing else crazy happens there. They start out. We come down for another touchdown. Let's go. Come on, pour it on. Pour it on. Let's go. 21-3. Come on. Let's go. 21-3 at halftime. Let's go to the next quarter. Okay, they do get their touchdown. Okay. Just a bunch of back and forth. We score right before the end of the quarter. This is a good enough lead, in my opinion. Can we put some more points on the board? We do. 31-13. The Ohio Bobcats win the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl over the USC Trojans. We are on top of the college football world, and it feels so good. Okay, so I might have jumped the gun by saying top of the college football world, but I'll tell you what, nothing feels better than watching Tevin Gizzy go 7 catches, 129 yards for 2 scores. That's the Heisman Trophy winner, everybody. Desmond Kenoy being a redshirt freshman doing all this, that's impressive. Okay, we're going to move on to the semifinals now. How about that? We play UCF, the number 1 team in the country, in the All-State Sugar Bowl next round. And man, I am very excited. And they're still both on the team. It doesn't get better than this. 13-1 versus 14-0 for a shot to play in the national championship game. Ohio State or Washington await us in the national championship game if we can pull this off. There it is. Oh, man. UCF versus Ohio. 2 very unlikely stories this season will face off for a chance to play in the national championship game. Let's get into Super Sim. We're going to jump ahead to the second quarter. We're starting with the ball, and we go down the field and score. We put on another touchdown before the end of the first quarter. We're up 14-0. As we head into the second, we stuff them again. We put on another touchdown. They get 3 points. We go down the field. We don't get anything, though. We're up 21-3 again at halftime. They get the ball. They score right out of halftime. We're going back and forth. Nothing happening in the third quarter, so that was the only touchdown there. We're going to go change of possession because I feel like it's close, and they scored almost immediately. So let's just go slow. Go down the field. We get stuffed. Okay. We punt the ball back to them. We get the ball back somehow, and Desmond Kenoy finds Jake McManus in the end zone for a 22-yard touchdown that gives us a 12-point lead. UCF is driving now, and they find the end zone as well. They don't go for 2. I guess they wouldn't. It wouldn't make sense there, but they do get the extra point. Can we ice this game? Big run there by Darren Dalton. Big throw there. Desmond Kenoy finds Connor Casey, so he is still there. 3rd and 5. This is a big third down. Incomplete pass. Dropped by Cam Gano. And now UCF. 5-yard penalty against the defense. No way. First down. Now we can run the clock out. 4th and 2. Kick the field goal. Oh, my God. He missed it. Pierre Nunn missed the field goal. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, I'm so nervous right now. Do we win? Yes, we got it done. 28-23. The Ohio Bobcats hold on, and they are going to the national championship. Oh, Desmond Kenoy, 277, 3 touchdowns, 68.6% completion percentage. Are you serious? Unbelievable job from the Ohio Bobcats to win the Sugar Bowl. They went up 21-3 at halftime. It was a little bit of a shaky second half, but they built themselves a big enough lead where it didn't matter. And I don't even think Tevin Gizzy had that great of a game. Angelo Romo played well for UCF, but it wasn't good enough. Yeah, Tevin Gizzy. This was the worst game of his season by far. 2 catches for 26 yards. You don't see that very often, and the Bobcats still found a way to win. That's really what it comes down to. When your best player doesn't have his best stuff, can you still win the game? And it just so happened to be in the biggest game of the season up to this point. And we did. And it is Ohio State. It is a battle of the Buckeye State for the national championship. The last time these two teams played, Ohio State kicked our butt. And that was in year one in game 3, I believe. Regardless, we now play the Ohio State Buckeyes after they eke out a win against Washington in the Rose Bowl. We came all this way. They're a 90 overall. Can we get it done? I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. If we lose, I will be heartbroken because this team has all of the makings of a national championship winner. You have the Heisman. You have the quarterback of the year. Your defense played really well throughout the entire season. It all comes down to this. Buckeyes, Bobcats, for glory and cemented legacy. Let's hop in. We're going to jump ahead to the next quarter. We're going back and forth. The Buckeyes do get on the board first, though. Unfortunately, we're not used to that. Can we get this offense going? Yes, we can. Finally, get on the board, and we score again. We're tied up at 14. The Buckeyes put on another 7 before the half. Man, that was going super quickly. Let's go change the possession here in the second half. The Buckeyes get the ball to start. They go 3 and out. 5-yard penalty against the defense. Psych. They're right back to it, and they're going to score a touchdown this drive, aren't they? They kick a field goal. Okay, so we're down by 10 points. Big run there by Darren Dalton. Big throw, and it's a fumble. Are you kidding me? Oh, my God. We choked. We absolutely choked that possession. 4th and 1. Touchdown! Touchdown! Jake McManus. Desmond Kenoy on 4th and 1 finds the veteran wide receiver for the touchdown. And now we are into the fourth quarter of the national championship game. 24-21. Bobcats have the ball, and they are driving in the wrong direction, but it does not matter. Desmond Kenoy finds Jake McManus. They lose 2, but it doesn't matter again. Kenoy finds Tevin Gizzy for 22. Pick up 5 on a penalty on the defense. 3rd and 2. Touchdown. Bobcats. Tevin Gizzy, the Heisman Trophy winner, finds the end zone on a pass from Desmond Kenoy. The Bobcats now have their first lead of the national, or their second lead because they were up 14-7 of the national championship game. Can they hold on? 4th and 7. They get the ball back. Can they seal this thing with another touchdown? It'll be 3rd and 8. And they'll have to punt the ball away. I don't love this. Can they get a stop? Can they at least hold them to a field goal? Oh, they went for it on 4th and 7 and got it. Touchdown Buckeyes. All of a sudden, the lead slips away from the Bobcats. Can they find something to maybe tie this game up? 4th and 7. What do you do? They punt the ball back away. Oh, no. Fumble recovered by Avery Ezeki. No way. The transfer we brought in a couple of years ago is making massive plays. And we have the ball in great field position. Can we capitalize? We do. 34-31, now 35-31. The Bobcats on top. This is electric city right now. The Buckeyes are driving down the field, wasting no time. But it's 4th and 3. 4th and 3 for all the marbles. And the Bobcats get to stop. Barry Cornelius knocks the ball away. And the Bobcats now have the ball. Ohio State still has all 3 timeouts, but they can milk this clock. 2 yards for Connor Casey. -2. And they do it. They get the first down. The Bobcats are going to be national champions of the college football world. Are you kidding me? We are finally on top of the college football world. We are national champions. 16-0. After 6 seasons, the Bobcats have finally done it, and Bob Boldon is finally a national championship winning coach. There he is lifting the trophy. I don't know if there's anything better than this moment right here. We went 6-6 in year 1, 4-8 in year 2, 9-5 with the 68 Ventures Bowl win in year 3. Then we drop back to 4-8. We win one more game in year 5 to go to 5-7. And then in year 6, 16-0 and national champs. And it's all because of really 3 guys, but I'm gonna spotlight 2 of them. Your MVP of the national championship game, Desmond Kenoy, 304 yards, 5 touchdowns. And then his partner, Tevin Gizzy, 6 catches. The Heisman winner, by the way, 104 yards and 2 touchdowns. And that's not to mention his guy, Jake McManus, who ended up over 1,000 yards on the season, 9 catches, 155 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The senior from Cincinnati, Ohio, who didn't want to be on this team. We had to pry his teeth to get here. Is your leading receiver and scored 2 times for the national championship winning Ohio Bobcats. 16-0, unblemished, undefeated. One of the greatest college football teams the world will ever see. Glorious national champions. Congratulations, you have won the college football national championship. Listen, this was our first time in the college football playoff, and we won it all. You don't need experience. You just need a bunch of dogs, a bunch of junkyard dogs that are going to go out there and play winning football. And that's what our guys did. I cannot believe what we have witnessed here today. And the best part is, it's not over. This is only the beginning of the Ohio Bobcat dynasty. We are going to win not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. You know the drill. We're going to win as many national championships as the NCAA allows us. If we win the national championship again in this season, I think that'll be it. Like, I don't know what else I'm going to be able to accomplish, you know? We're at 89 overall, so we're even better than we were last year. Desmond Kenoy, All-American, will be back and better than ever. Wide receiver, Tevin Gizzy's an 86 overall. Cam Gano at 86. Ruben Bourne in 85. Enrique Clapp is an 82. So we've got a really good wide receiver room again. D'Ampiero is gone. Defensive line, there's Trahan. He got much better. Pollard is an 88 overall. Bohannon jumped up as well. Defensive tackle is looking much better as well. Yep, I figured Breeze would end up being the best player here, so I'm glad I made that move. Wow. Alaka and Papo are, holy crap. Just unbelievable. And then the other side is just as good. These guys are phenomenal. Line or cornerback made a nice jump as well. Was really looking forward to that. Lloyd Moses will finally get his first starting experience. And then Hugh Burns finally went up a little bit again. So he will have this final year to really show us what he's made of. Custom schedule, let's see what we've got going on this year. FIU, FCS Northwest, Arkansas State, Oklahoma in the middle of the year are our out-of-conference games. I'm not changing any of them. This is what they gave us. 3 non-cons. All 4 of our out-of-conference games are at home. We do play 4 straight road MAC games to start, and then we finish the season all on the road as well. This is the weirdest schedule I've ever seen, without a doubt. We lost week 1 to FIU. After going 16-0 last year and not losing, beating some really good teams, we lose week 1 to FIU, and Desmond Kenoy has one of his worst games of the season. Tevin Gizzy has 1 catch for 20 yards. I didn't change a single thing from this year to last year. Okay, halfway through the season, we are 5-1. We did lose week 1 to FIU, but since then have rattled off 5 straight wins. Doing so in, pretty dominant fashion. Haven't had too many close games. That FIU one was super weird. In terms of where what we're looking like early on in the season, Desmond Kenoy has 8 interceptions early on, 1,500 yards passing and 14 touchdowns. Nothing like we remember from last year. He had 8 all of last year, I believe. 451 yards for Darren Dalton. He's been pretty nice. He did have a Player of the Week as well. And then Tevin Gizzy is not quite putting up the same type of stats that he did last year. So maybe we just caught lightning in a bottle last year with the way the offense was playing. I don't know, but we are 5-1. We are undefeated in the MAC, and we could potentially repeat in both of those areas again. So we'll continue to try. Okay, so I didn't realize this until we just lost to Bowling Green. Desmond Kenoy is hurt. He ruptured his disc, and he's out for the remainder of the regular season. So that means we have our transfer senior quarterback, Tremaine Yoder, in at QB, and it's not going very well. I don't really have any other choice. I didn't anticipate him getting hurt, to be quite honest with you. So the injuries are going to plague us again, and we got to play Oklahoma this week, unfortunately. A defense played fine. It's just literally, what are we supposed to do with Tremaine Yoder? He's just not at all a good quarterback, not even close to Desmond Kenoy, even with the way Kenoy's been playing this year. Season 7 in the books. We finished 8-4, but we did make the MAC championship game, so it's not all bad. We are playing Ball State again, so another chance to beat them. Listen, so we lost to Oklahoma by 1 point at home. Offensively, we don't have it. We didn't have it under Tremaine Yoder. Oklahoma had a phenomenal day offensively. It still only managed to score 17 points, so I consider that a win. Now, we lost to Ball State 57-17. So this was the last time we played them. They put up 502 yards of offense. They just ran. They ran for 201 yards. They had two guys go over 90. Us, on the other hand, Tremaine Yoder was awful. It was just garbage. And then we managed to win the last 3 games of our season to even make the MAC championship game. With Ball State is ranked as well. So you notice that Tremaine Yoder decided that he was going to play a little bit better, and then all of a sudden Tevin Gizzy's numbers get better, and that continues into the Western Michigan game as well. Yoder doesn't play awful. Darren Dalton scores 3 touchdowns. Listen, it's about winning the games. You have that rough 3-week stretch where you're not even sure, what your team is anymore. And then Desmond Kenoy comes back, does throw 3 touchdowns but 2 picks, and all of a sudden Tevin Gizzy is back in the touchdown column. So is it all sunshine and rainbows? No. But it's not all bad news either. We do have a couple of guys hurt. But all things considered, we're in a decent spot to still compete for the MAC title. In terms of the college football playoff bracket and our chances of being able to make it in, it is unlikely. If Temple were to lose and we beat Ball State, there is an outside shot that we could get in. I'm not saying that it's not possible, but it is highly unlikely that we are able to repeat as national champions. Not saying that we can't repeat as MAC champions, though. So we got to take what's in front of us. But we take on Ball State. Hopefully this is not the last game of this series, and we're able to play a couple of more. But you never know. So we head to Ford Field for the 3rd time in 7 years. This time to take on the Ball State Cardinals for the 2nd time. This time, Ball State is wearing red because they are the home team, 10-2, number 24 team in the country. We are going to be wearing white. We didn't have as great of a year as we did last year. I mean, it's tough to go undefeated again and win the national championship. But we're going to do our damn best to win the conference, repeat as MAC champions. It's not going to be easy considering what this team did to us last time. They're only an 81 overall. Let's see what we can do. Bobcats on the board first, 3-0. Get another field goal. So it's 6-0. No touchdowns from either team. Would like to get a 7 on the board here. Still not able to do anything. There it is. Right before half, we put a touchdown on the board. We're up 13-0. We head into the second half now. 13-7. Ball State able to put some points on the board. We now go to the fourth quarter, where it is a 13-7 ball game. It has been all defense. We do put up a field goal, so we are able to extend this to a 2-possession lead, and we force a turnover on downs. So we're in a really good spot to add to this lead. 3rd and 9. Pick it up, right? To Ethan Wall. Let's go, Desmond. And it's 3rd and 7. 4th and 2. We'll likely kick the field goal. And we made it. Oh, we went for it. Touchdown. Paul Garrison, backup tight end. And we go for the 2-point conversion, fail, but we are up 22-7 with just 1:36 left. This one is all but over. Your Ohio Bobcats. Okay, no, we recovered the onside kick. Your Ohio Bobcats are MAC champions once again. Back-to-back years, this time upsetting number 24 Ball State, the 10-2 team that thought they were going to come in here and win, but we are 2-time back-to-back MAC champions. Desmond Kenoy is your player of the game, 237 yards and a touchdown. Listen, he hasn't been phenomenal this year, nothing like he was last year, but he is a MAC championship winning quarterback. There it is, MAC champions yet again. Now the big question is, are we going to be able to make the college football playoff? Ramon Lester, Georgia Tech quarterback, is your Heisman Trophy winner this year, 4,000 yards, 39 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Enrique Pollard is the best defensive end, 14 sacks for the junior who decided to come back. He was going to declare for the draft last year, told him, hey, it's probably best for you to come back, and it's going to increase his stock quite a bit as we head into the offseason. He also wins the Lombardi this year, so he's bringing in all of the awards. And, oh, my God, guys, we made the college football playoff. We are back. I cannot believe that we have actually made it. Like, this is shocking to me. Now, we do have to play number 3 Miami, a team that went 11-1 in the regular season. I don't love our chances, but we've been here before. We have the experience. We are the group of 5 representative. This field looks absolutely insane. And you see Oklahoma down there at the bottom. We competed with them, right? We only lost 17-16 with our backup quarterback. We are an 89 overall. We're probably going to be comparable with a lot of teams that are in the playoff this year. Yeah, I mean, look at that. We match up very nicely. It's just about getting it done on the field. Can we go on the most improbable run in college football history? Here come the Miami Hurricanes out of the tunnel. This one is a home game, so you know that Hard Rock Stadium is going to be rocking, but the Bobcats are not going to be fazed. They've played in tough atmospheres before. They haven't necessarily won, but they've played in them. Let's get this show on the road. You know the drill. We're simming the quarter. Bobcats on the board first with a touchdown. They score another one. 14-0 early Bobcats. They jump out to a very quick lead. 21-28. Are you kidding me? 35? 35-0 in the first half in Hard Rock Stadium. Are you kidding me? I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this. What an absolute bludgeoning. 42. And they just keep scoring 45-7. I don't know if anybody expected this. I am at a loss for words. They put a touchdown, a sad touchdown up at the end of the game to make it more respectable. Instead of losing by 38, they lose by 31. 45-14. Desmond Kenoy is back. Ladies and gentlemen, 306 yards, 69% completion percentage, 6 touchdowns. Remember last year when he did that like 4 times? Yeah, that's the guy that led us to a national championship. Unbelievable performance from the offense. We ran the ball really well too. Like this was a massive team win. Had to put the backups in. Tremaine Yoder actually got to play, not because of an injury either. 6 touchdowns. Darren Dalton played well, but it was Ethan Wall that carried the team on the ground. Even Eric Wiley had a nice performance. Tevin Gizzy. This is what we expect from the senior. 7 catches, 151 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Ethan Wall had himself a nice game as well. Reuben Bourne found the end zone. Man, what a performance. So I don't want to jinx anything, but we were dead in the water. We were 5-4. Nobody thought we were gonna, even make the MAC championship game, let alone the college football playoff. Then we rip off 3 straight wins just to make the MAC championship game, win the MAC championship game in a pretty decisive manner, make the college football playoff as the final team in by the skin of our teeth, and then we decimate a team that was only where they were because they lost their conference championship game 45-14 in their house. I've never seen anything like that, and I don't know if I ever will again. Who do we play and where do we play? We know Tevin Gizzy's the player of the week. He always is the player of the week. We play Colorado in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. Did we get a super lucky draw? I think so. We can beat this team very easily. Meanwhile, Georgia Tech's got to play Notre Dame, Georgia's got to play USC, and Ohio State's got to play Alabama. We get Colorado. We can win this game. If we play to our potential, we can win this game. We saw what we did to Miami last game. If we play to our capabilities, we should win. They get the ball to start. Let's go 3 and out. Come on. Bang. Oh, wait, wrong team. Okay, wait, hold on a second, guys. They're up 6-0. This is not how I wanted this to go. This is how the MAC championship game went. We put 7 on the board. We put another 7 on the board. Put another 7 on the board. How about it? Yep, there it is. 21-9. They get a field goal right before the half. We get ball coming out of the break. This is a chance to add. Oh, no, they got ball coming out of the break. We started with it. But we do add a field goal, to counteract their field goal. We're going to jump ahead, change of possession. We're up by 12. We get the ball back, and we're going to just do our thing. Interception. Yikes. Desmond, what was that? And they're going to drive right down the field and score. That's not great. And we're going to go 3 and out. Okay, officially panic time because what the heck is going on? Oh, we get the ball. Let's go. Turnover, and it's 4th and 3. We're going to punt the ball away. 6 minutes left in the game, and Colorado is driving 4th and 6. They pick it up. They score a touchdown. They don't get the 2-point conversion, so a field goal puts us back in the lead. Come on, Desmond. Find something. There it is. 1st and goal. 2nd and goal. 2-yard rush. 3rd and goal. 4th and goal. Oh, my God. Just kick the field goal. Okay, the field goal is good. We got to stop him now. Frick. Oh, my gosh, they missed it. We won. We won again. No way. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Reuben Bourne is your player of the game. 3 catches, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. Guys, we are back in the semifinals of the college football playoff. Are you serious right now? I can't believe what is going on. This is insane. Not Kenoy's best game. Not at all, but Darren Dalton, he carried. We needed him too. Tevin Gizzy had another quiet game, unlike him. But I'll tell you what, it feels good to be back in the semifinal. 2 years in a row, they said that we couldn't do it. And look where we are now. We're shocking the world. And it'll be Notre Dame. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. I don't even know what to say. I don't feel great about our chances in this game. We are the same exact overall as Notre Dame, but I don't anticipate being able to do it for a third straight game. Can you imagine if we were able to? They beat them by 1 point. Wow. So it'll be Georgia or Alabama on the other side. Man, it's not going to be an easy route if we want to win this thing again. Jump ahead next quarter. Let's go. That's how you start. You jump on them early. Okay, I think we had an interception from Kenoy, and that's how Notre Dame had that great possession. So, hey, we put another 7 on the board. Just keep driving, boys. Come on. Put another, yeah, let's go. Okay, halftime, we got a 17-14 lead. This one is a close one. Notre Dame's able to put up a field goal, and we respond with one, and they respond with their own. Okay, so we've just been back and forth with field goals here in the second half. Change of possession. Notre Dame ball. They go 3 and out. Ohio gets the ball back, and that pass is knocked away. Pass is knocked away, and that ball is sacked. Wow, what a awful, awful series for the Bobcats. Notre Dame gets great field possession, but it's picked off. Hugh Burns. Remember when I showed you Hugh Burns committing in episode 1? This is why. Unbelievable. And he gives them great field position as well. Oh, wait, I'm so confused how that turned into a 66-yard run by Darren Dalton. But it doesn't matter because the Ohio Bobcats have scored a touchdown and are just 6.5 minutes away from another national championship game appearance. Marion Malveaux sack by Enrique Pollard. That guy is unbelievable. 4th and 7. They punt it away. Can the Bobcats ice this game? The answer is no. They got to punt it back. Good punt. Pierre Nunn. They just need to stop. Can they get it? Sack. Ben Jaramillo. Big. 5-yard penalty on the defense. Oh, I think they gave them an automatic first down. Oh, come on, guys. 4th and 3. They have to go for it. And they score a touchdown. We're going to overtime. More likely than not. Yep, here it is. Overtime. Notre Dame starts with the ball. 4th and 6. They kick a field goal. All you need is a touchdown. A touchdown wins the game. And it's over. Ball game. The Ohio Bobcats have done it again. This time in overtime with the walk-off touchdown. Desmond Kenoy, 306 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. When you need him the most, he shows up. This team has done it again. I do not believe it. Darren Dalton, 135 yards rushing. Emmett Wiley, the tight end, 100 yards on 8 catches and a touchdown. Cam Gano making a name for himself as well. Tevin Gizzy, quiet, but finds the end zone. Same with Reuben Bourne. And we are going back to the national championship game. This is nearly impossible, the run that we have gone on. I just want you to realize what this season has been. We lost to FIU in week 1. This is a FIU team that went 4-8. We then rip off 5 straight games to go 5-1. So we're looking good. We're looking bright. Then we lose 3 in a row. Not only do we lose 3 in a row, we don't have our quarterback, but we get absolutely smollywopped by Ball State, 57-17. We lose by 14 points. At this point, we're 5-4, like I've already mentioned. Win against Kent State. Win against Western Michigan. Win against Northern Illinois. That gets us into the MAC championship game. We're not even thinking about college football playoff right now. We're thinking about how can we get to the MAC championship game. So once we do this, it's okay. How can we win the MAC championship game? Well, this is how. You beat Ball State. And then you need a couple things to go your way to make the playoff. This isn't even about controlling your own destiny. This is you need everything to go right for you. And guess what? It did. So now you're playing with house money. What are you going to do with it? Beat the number 3 team in the country, 45-14 in their place. Beat Colorado 27-25 with a field goal at a minute 30 left to win the game. And then beat the number 8 team in the country, Notre Dame, on a walk-off touchdown in overtime. That is how you find yourself back in the national championship game after what seemed like a lost season. The Georgia Bulldogs. College football's old dynasty with college football's new dynasty. This is what some would say a passing of the torch. Now, it's going to be sad when I talk all this talk and we lose, but the fact that we're back here is enough for me to feel happy and proud of the job that Bob Boldon has done as the head football coach of the Ohio Bobcats. We start with the ball. Are we going to score? Are we going to set the tone early? Answer is no. Okay. Whoa, hold on a second. What the heck just happened? Man, okay. Normally we're the team that jumps out to the early lead. I really don't know what to say. Yeah, we're going to lose. Holy crap. We're going to get our butts handed to us. Oh, listen. We were playing with house money. Oh, God. They just keep pouring it on. Jesus. Wow. So this is the TCU game all over again. So we don't repeat. In fact, we get embarrassed. They just put up 573 yards of offense. Okay. Well, that sucked. 6 passing touchdowns. Holy crap. Wow. Yeah, he's pretty good. Yikes. We just lost by 40 in the national championship game. After that insane run, that's how it ends. With that being said, though, I think that is going to do it for this series. We did exactly what we wanted to. We won the MAC. We won the national championship. I was going to go another season, but we made it back to the national championship game. We got embarrassed, but we're national champions, and Bob Boldon can retire a happy man. If you made it to this far in the episode and you saw that improbable run end like that, I thank you. It was a blast to make this series, to the frustrations of episode 1, to the joys and triumphs of season 6, and then the roller coaster again that season 7 was, culminating in one of the worst losses that I've ever seen from a national championship team. It was like the Ball State regular season loss all over again. This was a very fun, mini series to make. So thank you so much for watching. Remember to hit that subscribe button on your way out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Catch you on the flip. See ya.